Welcome to the Impactful Introvert podcast. I'm your host, Seema Pateel, an introverted business coach and a mom of two. My genius shines in helping introverted women map out a simple and sustainable marketing strategy tailored to their goals and introverted personalities. Every week, I'll share with you how you can simplify your marketing so that it is sustainable. After all, you started your business to serve clients and make an impact, not to master marketing. So, let's jump right in. Hello and welcome to the Impactful Introvert podcast. Today I'm going to talk about why educational content feels safe for you to create and what kind of content you should be creating. This episode is not where I'm going to talk to you about content pillars or other things that you are already aware of but are struggling to implement. See, every time you've sat down to create content, you have felt it to be a challenge best tackled when you have the freshest mind. So instead of doing the work of typing up the posts that you want to schedule for the day or week, you end up scrolling on social media to get ideas for hours. I know you have strong intentions of showing up consistently on social media. So, what ends up happening is that you post another educational piece of content and get done with it. As a result, you barely see any engagement. The most you're getting is your peers commenting on your posts and a few spam comments of reaching out to those accounts. Maybe an occasional like from a stranger, but often your post doesn't make it past a small percentage of your followers. At present, both Facebook and Instagram algorithms are so skewed that I mostly see content from all the accounts and groups that I don't follow. So I know how your content seems to be going into the void in reality. Here's the thing, you can't expect engagement on educational content on social platforms with the scrollable feed. That feed is expertly designed to keep the person scrolling and not so that the person does a deep dive into the content. Think about your behavior on a scrollable platform like Instagram or TikTok. Your thumbs hurt with hours of scrolling. If you were consuming the content, then it's mainly because you felt something. Often, you felt happiness or joy, seeing something funny or entertaining in general. Your audience is also doing the same thing on social media. Their fingers are constantly scrolling to find the next fun thing. I know you're not on social media to dance or entertain folks. That's not your intent, and if you're like me, then that's not your talent either. But the way to get people's attention is via content that they'll stop to consume within a few seconds. Your social media content strategy needs to include educational and entertaining content. Now, dance, skits, or mimes are not the only ways of entertaining people. When you share a tiny snippet of your life that they can connect with, they will stop the scroll and pay attention. When you share a common behavior they exhibit, they will stop their scroll. Now, there may be many ways to create content that is entertaining, but as a service provider, you can create content that your ideal client will connect and resonate with. And that is not going to happen with all the freebies that you have been downloading to help you create a month's worth of content in 30 minutes. It takes longer, it takes thought and intent. You've tried it. You know it doesn't work for you, and you are back in search for the thing that will work. So, you're putting in the effort and energy, but it is not focused on the thing that will help you create content with ease. To create content with ease that will convert readers into clients, you need to practice and you need to experiment with the content. Irrespective of what anyone says or promises, here's the truth. No one has the magic formula to create content that converts without you practicing and experimenting with your content. Period. If there's one thing you're taking away from this episode, then let it be that you have to post content consistently, even if it is subpar, and learn from the content that does get people's attention and engagement so that you know what works and why. Let's talk about consistency first. Then I'll address the practice and experiment aspects of this. Consistency for you is defined as what is doable for you in this moment, not in the ideal scenario or lifestyle that you want to live. Before you decide on a number, please understand that this number is the best you can do within your current lifestyle. Remember, this number also dictates how frequently your content will get in front of people. Because if you post just once a week, then your post is shown to accounts maybe for 3 to 6 hours. After that, neither your followers nor non followers will see your content, which means they'll not remember about you. If you post 5 times a day, then more of your content gets in front of people. So there's a chance that your content is seen and engaged with by more people, which will keep it in circulation for longer. When your content is in circulation, the chances of being top of mind for your ideal client are higher. I'm not saying that you should post 5 times a day to connect with your ideal clients. If that's in your capacity now, then go ahead and post 5 times because not every piece of content should be hard hitting, heavily educational content. Most of it is connection based content that can look like a quote, a funny meme relevant to your area of expertise or for your people, and questions to help them dive deep into the concepts that you want them to explore themselves, just fun questions, etc. With the help of social media manager or a strategic content plan, you can create 5 pieces of content daily. It is possible as an introvert. But you don't need to as a service provider. Publish content just once a day, every weekday, or every single day. I know what you're saying. That it's not like you're choosing not to do it, it's just not happening for you. Well, here's why it's not happening for you. You're not planning to create content, or the plan isn't realistic for you. For some people, writing what I write as captions takes no more than 30 minutes. Takes about the same time for me to write my IG captions for static posts. But a carousel can take me almost 3 hours because I struggle with figuring out how much info to put on each slide and what to put in the caption, etc. If I plan on creating one carousel a day, then I definitely have to set aside 15 hours for that. Or I can instead create one carousel that I repeat every few weeks with a change in design. And the other 4 days, I can just post static photos or reels with B roll. So, planning on what kind of content I want to create and how much time it takes for me to create that kind of content helps in being more realistic on how the plan is going, how effective the plan is going to be. Here's the best part, the entire process starts to take less and less time with practice. But you don't have the patience to wait for it to start feeling easier because you see no evidence that the content you're putting out is working within a couple of weeks. So you believe something needs to be done, and instead of spending time honing the skill that you're learning, you go into search mode. But you don't really know what you're searching for, so it's all a big letdown. With the boom in bundles, you find yourself in abundance of how to create content, free resources. So, why again are you struggling with your content? Not because of lack of strategy or idea, but because of overwhelming amount of information and insufficient implementation. For a moment, let's understand the concept of freebies, not as the person consuming it, but as the person creating it. People create freebies not so that they can give you the answer to the puzzle you're solving. They give you only a piece of the puzzle. If you have an almost completed puzzle with just a couple of missing pieces, finding freebies could help you piece it all together. However, when you've just started working on the puzzle, getting random pieces from random people cannot always help you complete the puzzle. You still have to do the work of looking through, making educated guesses, and trying pieces in certain places, etc. And smaller the puzzle pieces, more work is needed to complete it. Strategic content creation is also very similar. You can sign up to work with someone or sign up for a course and learn about which piece goes where, but there is still work to be done. You have to find, assess, and place each of the puzzle pieces. Content that converts works the same way. You have to consistently publish content, assess and review and experiment. each of these content pieces that you've published, and there is no escaping the learning curve. But that being said, you can create content that connects with your audience without feeling like you have to share your entire life on social media. That was one of the concerns I had for a long time because I'm not a record every moment kind of person. But by getting a little creative and thoughtful, you can create content that connects them to you. Simple questions that they can answer, like what is their favorite place to vacation, can help you start a conversation that can then be moved to work related conversation. And it is always led by you, but the person you're talking to feels a sense of safety is developing around the relationship that you're building. I admit that this is a slow process. However, I want you to see that your post and ghost or even inconsistently posting isn't working super fast. You cannot go wrong with relationship building as long as you're selling to people. People always buy from people, and people always know people. I don't call or meet many people weekly, but I'm always thinking of someone, friends, family, connections that I've met with, etc., with whom it's been a while that I talked to, or something reminded me of them. And sharing your favorite place to vacation is giving a glimpse into your personality without getting super vulnerable. So, what is the level of consistency you can commit to today? Is it twice a week, 3 to 5 times, depending on your schedule, or randomly? If you don't commit, then you can't plan for it. For me, implementation is the hardest because I can tend to feel blah about having rigid routines. But I need routine to thrive. I also have tendencies to have lots of ideas for a few days and then feel completely blank on some. So, creating content daily, though seems more comfortable, doesn't work very well for me. I created a content planning method that can be implemented by someone who wants to create a post from inspiration. But if inspiration is vacationing, and don't have to feel like you have nothing to post. I sit with my content planner and create content outlines based on the prompts I have. Then at a later time, I can flesh out the individual posts. I have a dozen or so static post templates that I'm always using on Instagram. I have a few carousel templates too. With Canva Pro, I have access to even more templates, and I pick the first two or three, if at all, I'm searching for new templates. I don't go on endless scroll session. This planner has prompts to help you come up with questions you can ask, views you should share, and posts to establish your expertise and authority and make sales. I use the same prompts with my clients as well. We work through each of these prompts and it helps us come up with ideas, and then we filter them so that the content sells their offer. Because the reason they want to create content consistently is so that they can sell their offers. If you are clear about your offer, who it helps, how, and why, creating content that converts becomes easy. But the true ease comes when you have a clear strategy to take a stranger through a step by step journey to saying yes to your offer. What I mean is, if you have your client journey mapped out, like someone sees me on Instagram, goes to my profile, sees my freebie, downloads it, finds it helpful, reads all the emails that I'm sending them weekly, signs up for my monthly master classes, books a call with me after one of these classes, and signs up to work with me. This may seem like a long and time consuming process, but let me tell you that this is the typical journey that most people take before becoming a client. If you master this, then you'll have your clients lining up to work with you from this process within 30 to 60 days, which is not all that long. But also remember that you are a service provider. So you don't need dozens of people ready to work with you in this moment all the time. Having a pipeline of interested people whom you can nurture and convert as you have space opening is the best thing ever. Back to the client's journey. Step one there is people see me on Instagram and then go to my profile. What kind of content will get me to that goal? Memes can, so can reels with a series of content. Provide a funny take on the series, and the reel will reach a lot more people. Now, not everyone is looking for funny, but most people gravitate to comedy or drama. Take your pick. When you create a series, The interested people will click to your profile and search for the rest of the videos in this series. This can work for shorts and YouTube videos too. It can also work with single photo posts or carousels. You are the strategist, so do it in a way that works for you. Step two is to get them to see your freebie. This is where you should listen to the expert social media managers and tweak your bio so that the visitors get curious and click on your link. Then the opt-in page copy needs to get them to sign up. So having great copy there, which helps make the decision of a yes or a no, is really going to help you. Then the newsletter needs to sell them on the monthly masterclasses. But notice your content gets to be very intentional. Rather than random posts, you are creating content that drives people into taking specific action. You struggle with what hook to create or what CTAs to create ends when you know this. This mindset and with regular content creation, your mindset will get primed to create content that converts with ease. Honestly, this is the secret to creating content that doesn't drain you. I've shared the bare bones of this process in my free business boost course. I walk you through my audacious introvert roadmap, which helps you understand the three main ingredients of high converting marketing strategy. I also walk you through the process of building new connections and nurturing past connections so that you can build relationships without feeling drained or feeling like a sneaky marketer. I also walk you through the mindset work that will help you start marketing with ease. It's not always about strategy, your mindset is also essential. All of this is going to take effort and time. I guess that's why the saying, good things take time, came to be. By signing up to the Business Boost course, you will also get access to a ClickUp template that helps you stay accountable to your daily and weekly goals. This template lets you plan your daily tasks, your long form content with a task template laid out with all the essentials for creating this type of content. It provides you with template for social media posts, newsletters, and also a lead tracker so that you can stay connected with your leads without missing on a connection point or forgetting to stay connected. I walk you through how to use this template in a video in this course. And all of this will take you about 35 to 45 minutes to go through the entire course. I've honestly made it as easy for you to be consistent with your marketing as possible through this course. All you have to bring is commitment. Commitment to reaching your goals for 2024 within the next 6 months. You can find the link to this free course in the show notes or go to seemapateel.com. That is SEEMA as in Tom, EEL.com/BBC. I'll see you again next week, but I'd love to hear from you as to how you will show up consistently for your business now on. See you in the next one.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Impactful Introvert podcast. If you want to share your views, opinions, or ask me questions, then please send me a message on Instagram. My handle is Seema Pateel. See you in the next one.